On February 17th, 2025, at 6:12 p.m., Ryanair flight 1616 was departing Tokyo International Airport, bound for Dublin Airport. Everything will go normal. That's what the pilots thought. But the 737 will get into trouble later in the flight, but the pilots would not know. And this would change everything for Ryanair. The plane was now taxiing to the runway. It has been some time ever since the Haneda runway collision back last year. So, everything in Haneda was going perfect again. The plane had scraped its engine while doing a landing earlier somehow. Boeing technicians thought they properly fixed the engine, but they didn't even know that they did not fix the engine properly. So this will cause a problem for Ryanair flight 1616 or 1600. No, 1016. I don't know. Anyway, Ryanair flight 1616 was approaching the runway. When they were at the runway, the pilots put full speed to the engines, which would cause the problem to get even worse later in the flight as the plane was speeding down the runway. At 6:15 p.m., the plane took off from Tokyo International, bound for Perth International, which will be our Dublin International. The flight, a Boeing 737. Everything was going to plan. But shortly after takeoff, due to the engine scrape, the right engine had failed and was now releasing smoke. The pilot had heard that the engine had malfunctioned and was releasing smoke, and the inside of the engine was on fire. The plane was almost at the runway, but the pilot decided to ditch the plane in the water, which would help the fire to be put out. But the first officer had took control of the plane, pitching it upwards so it can land at Dublin International. The pilot said, "What are you doing?" "Saving this flight. Ditching the plane would just be faster." "No," said the first officer. "We are landing this plane right now." At 6:17 p.m., the plane was rapidly descending towards the runway for the emergency landing. The engine was lowered down to 26 miles per hour. When the plane was coming towards the runway, the approach seemed normal, but since they were in ryanair, they were a ryanair plane, somehow the plane was stalling, but the plane had landed very hard. And soon, but somehow the thrust got back up to 100% because a hijacker who got onto the plane shortly after it left the airport put the plane at full throttle, causing the plane to overrun the runway and take the plane and took the plane into the air, put all the gear down, causing the plane to crash, causing the plane to land on the grass, gliding. The plane was still somehow moving. Soon, somehow the plane was now quickly stalling, and then was now rapidly descending. The plane was crashing through trees, and sliding at 21 miles an hour. The plane was getting closer and closer towards the end of the island. The stall alarm kept on going. The stall alarm was getting annoying, so the hijacker put the plane at full thrust. Everybody in the fuselage, all the passengers were panicking as the plane was crashing through buildings. But that still didn't cause Ryanair flight 1616 to stop. Soon, they were getting closer and closer to the water, till the plane resurfaced out of the water. The pilot was able to escape from an open cockpit window. Some passengers were able to escape, but because of the open cockpit window, the plane would start sinking. The plane was not sinking that much, but the plane's wing was starting to fully sink. That meant the plane was starting to sink. But the plane would also resurface sometimes. It would take a while for the plane to sink. Tragically, because of the hard landing, 4 passengers, after crashing through the buildings before crashing into the water, 50 passengers tragically lost their lives. And that wasn't a tragic loss of life for Ryanair until later.